Hi there. So I'm here to talk about the results of my GPSP project for the 2023 academic year, exploring the role of art in the language classroom. Now, there's a lot that I could discuss here, so I'm going to have to move very fast, but ultimately the GPSP fund allowed me to purchase materials for SALC events and in particular an advanced elective course that I delivered from October in 2023. And this course followed the ideas of CLIL, Content and Language Integrated Learning, combining art with language learning objectives. Now, if you want to know more about this, please contact me. I'm more than happy to discuss it and talk about it at any time. When assessing CLIL, a common framework to use is the 4Cs framework, which breaks the learning down into content, communication, cognition, and culture. And very quickly, what I want to do is go over these 4 steps and how art offers a great opportunity to explore this in a language context. Firstly, content. Now, within this, I really found the opportunities for student ownership were very strong. We had show and tell activities where students found work that resonated with them and brought it into class. They could take genuine ownership and they were introducing work that I had never heard of before. They were very much the expert in the room. There's also opportunities for creative work and for real-world experiences. This included a trip to a local gallery in Oita. Moving on to communication, discussing art is a really interesting idea because there are no wrong answers. Students can say anything they like. The focus becomes on evidence-based inference. Can they justify their ideas based on what is in front of them? And this is an interesting skill. It's also inherently controversial. Art is ambiguous. Many interpretations can exist at the same time, and that creates a great opportunity for debate and discussion. So art lends itself very well to this kind of communication-focused approach. Next, regarding cognition, art education does encourage higher-order thinking processes, encourages analysis and interpretation, and taking clues from what you see in front of you, which in turn leads to development in visual literacy. So there's a strong cognitive argument for including art in the classroom too. Finally, culture. In CLIL, the cultural element is essentially developed through interaction with different people from different backgrounds. And I feel that art serves as a good surrogate for this. We may not be able to sit in a room with Frida Kahlo, but by looking at her paintings and discussing them and analysing them, we can actually learn a lot about her as a person and therefore her own identity, which I would say is, it achieves this culture goal of CLIL. And this allows students to explore their own cultural identities, especially with international students at APU. Many of them introduced art from their home countries, which none of us would have ever found, I think, if it wasn't for this opportunity afforded by an art-focused approach to language education. So, while this is very brief and there's much more I could say on the subject, I think you can see that art education does satisfy these needs of CLIL quite effectively. But I also want to consider where art fits in the wider context of Ritsumeikan, APU, and the APU Centre for Language Education. With Ritsumeikan developing a new faculty of art and design, I think opportunities for this kind of hybrid art-language approach, it's becoming more relevant. Within APU's 2030 vision, this focus on multiculturalism and global learning, art allows students to connect with different cultures and different identities. This also connects with the goals of the Centre for Language Education with intercultural competence, as well as sparking student curiosity to encourage lifelong learning and providing a good basis for developing academic language skills through debates and essay writing. Finally, I just want to leave you with some student reactions. These are from the feedback that students gave for this course, and I think really this says more than I ever could about the merits of art. Students commenting on flexibility and the ability to learn so much beyond just language, and having a space to really express themselves and be more connected with their own identities. So this is just a very, very brief blast through the things that I noticed from this. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know if you have any questions. There's a lot more that I am willing to talk about with this. I also want to thank the GPSP committee for the opportunity for doing this. Without your support, this would have been expensive and challenging. So thank you so much.